Tonight, 2 of the 3 suspects in the Valentine's Day evening murder were in court today for a preliminary hearing. The 3 are accused of shooting the son of an Elba pastor to death and leaving his body in the street. Now, one suspect is sharing her side of the story. WDHN's Robert Smith has the details.
The evidence in the cases of Lena Mcghee, who's facing a count of murder in the death of Ethan Hill and 1 count of attempted possession of a controlled substance, and a juvenile facing 1 count of murder in the same death, is heading to a grand jury after a preliminary hearing.
We do feel like that the evidence that was presented today, as Judge Wilson found, supported probable cause for these murder charges.
During the state's testimony, an Elba investigator said the 2 suspects, along with Mcgee's boyfriend, Freddie Mcghee, went to Jones Street to complete a drug deal with Ethan Hill Valentine's Day night. Hill didn't have the money when Freddie Mcghee demanded it, so they say he pulled out a handgun, aiming it at Hill. An eyewitness tried to de-escalate the situation by trying to knock the gun out of his hands, but then a fight started. During the scuffle, Lena Mcghee, the driver, and the juvenile got out of the car and shots rang out. One of the shots the state believes came from the juvenile as a warning shot for them to stop fighting. The investigator says the juvenile ended up hitting Hill in the head and firing a shot to his head area before getting back into the car. After the eyewitness went inside after the first shot to call 911, he heard 2 more shots out of his window with all of the suspects outside of the car, but Freddie Mcghee standing over him. Hill was shot 3 times. The suspects told police they thought he was still alive.
My client did nothing. There was no violence portrayed by her. At no point in time has anyone said that she had a firearm. At no point in time has anyone said or they presented any evidence that she had any intent to kill anyone.
The defense also questioned the eyewitness, who they say had a history himself, one being a drug arrest, and questioned evidence police found on the scene.
They've only recovered 2 shell casings from that scene, and so I just asked him in questions in regards to how thorough they looked for this 3rd shell casing.
However, after a search warrant of Mcgee's home, they found casings that matched the ones at the scene.
You have shell casings that tie the defendant to the crime scene in some shape, form, or fashion. At a minimum, a gun that's been present at her residence.
Both suspect cases will be sent to a grand jury and are on track for trial. The 3rd suspect is awaiting a preliminary hearing next month. In Elba, Robert Smith, WDHN News for the Wiregrass.